You knew this was coming eventually. Let's talk about Rise of Skywalker, shall we? Spoiler alert, you have your opportunity to leave this video if you don't want the movie spoiled, although at this point you've either already seen it, or you've gone the route of at least one or two of my friends, looked up the spoilers, decided that take that as gospel, and now I officially hate Star Wars forever because Disney got bought out by China. And if you like Star Wars, that means you're a communist, hashtag MAGA. I'm starting to think I might need some new friends, but aside from that, I'm going to give you an opportunity to log off. Okay, you had your chance. So it turns out that Palpatine is Rey's grandpa. Weak. If I've said it before, I'll say it again. I liked The Last Jedi. I thought it was daring. I thought it was challenging. Okay, not everything in the movie worked, but I appreciate the fact Rian Johnson at least dared to roll the dice instead of giving the audience exactly what they wanted, because frankly, in this day and age, even if he had given the audience exactly what they wanted, they'd still hate the movie, I guarantee it. Because that's basically what J.J. Abrams did. He gave the audience what they wanted. He retconned the whole Rey has no magic parents origin story that I actually thought was pretty innovative and pretty cool. And he decided, it turns out she's related to Palpatine. Turns out that fan theory you came up with in 2012, yeah, we're gonna make that canon now. Please love us, please? That, coupled with the fact that Palpatine really has no grand entrance per se. I mean, Palpatine just kind of enters the movie just poof! There's no grand plot to bring Palpatine back from the dead. There's no, it turns out Palpatine has been working behind the shadows, but there's no subtle lead-in that kind of reveals Palpatine in the second act. It's like, there's just one line of text in the paragraph, and then the very first scene is, "It was me all along. I created Snoke. I created the First Order, and now I will rule the universe with the power of the dark side. Word to your mother, bitches." So yeah, that was probably the weakest thing about Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker for me personally, and it probably sounds like I'm shitting all over The Rise of Skywalker as a result, and while I am bummed out that's the route they took, the rest of the movie overall is fine. The thing you need to realize about Star Wars is not Shakespeare. Star Wars is not like classical theater. Star Wars is not this amazing work of art that defines a genre and defines philosophy and oh my god. Star Wars is a glorified special effects show. Star Wars is cheesy, campy, fun, and it only takes Phantom Menace levels of incompetence to ruin a Star Wars movie, and I have not been seeing that in any of the new trilogy. That's not to say that the new trilogy is perfect. I mean, in all three movies, Rey exhibits signs of the Mary Sue that everybody just loves to dump on, but at the same time, I don't go into Star Wars expecting my life to be changed. I go into Star Wars expecting lightsaber fights, starship battles, John Williams on the soundtrack, special effects, fancy looking aliens, CGI or puppet. And if you're like me and that's what you went to see Star Wars for, you're gonna be satisfied. This movie is fine. It's not great, it's not terrible, it's fine. I will agree with some people and say that it's the weakest installment in the trilogy, part of which being what I explained earlier, and another part of it being, well, it's a trilogy. The law of trilogies dictates the third is always going to be the worst, even when the entire trilogy is good. Weirdly enough, I think Star Wars itself managed to do an inverse of this rule, and it turns out with the prequels, the third one was the one that was actually halfway watchable. Weird, right? In the end, all I can really say is don't let the internet dictate your opinion for you. Go watch Star Wars, decide for yourself. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, whatever. If you're looking for my opinion, 3 hats out of 4. And that's going to do it for this review. Hopefully I don't get too much hate mail for being different from the crowd or whatever. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the channel for more Tommy Teal Hat goodness. See ya.